Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Sips, Riffs, and Flix. And I'm your host, Brandon.
And I'm Kevin.
And so today we have a very special guest with us. We have a local entrepreneur. Some of you may have seen the article about him that's been plastered everywhere in his new company. He's local in Charlotte, and his name is Anthony
Garofalo.
Thank you. Not Janine's brother.
We don't know that yet.
Could be first cousin.
We don't know the relation yet.
But so Anthony, welcome to the show, man.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So we were talking one day, and all of a sudden, the world of social media popped up about is it called leisure and travel or travel and leisure?
Travel and leisure.
Okay, I've never done either together, so I don't know what the scenario goes. So, but I started reading about it, and it's talking about you and your local guy in Charlotte, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, here in Charlotte, that was actually a surprise to me as well. I woke up one day and there was a bunch of traffic hitting the site from this. I just saw the word leisure. I'm like, what's this weird thing that's pushing traffic to our site that said travel and leisure, and then put a little link. And turns out they named Beach Putt, one of the top 15 beach games for 2023. So it was a surprise to me as well.
That's awesome.
So they. Travel and Leisure picks these beach games or whatever the category might be, for the month or whatnot, unbeknownst to you, the owner.
Unbeknownst to me, yes, I had no clue. I recognized a couple of the other ones on there.
Yeah.
Some were kind of generic, but yeah, it was an awesome, pretty awesome site.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a good surprise to wake up to.
So as we sit here and sip Red Bull and vodka,
because I like Red Bull and vodka,
and getting down in the rain. So do you know who Sonny Ledford is by chance?
The name rings a little bit of a bell in this.
So at the end of this, he's local.
Yeah.
He's from Gastonia, right?
Yes.
And lives in Cornelius.
Okay.
But he's semi-popular, famous, kind of ish around here. So when we get off here, you can always Google or YouTube or iTunes Red Bull and Vodka by Sonny Ledford.
Yeah, he has a song Red Bull and Vodka. So that's why I broke out in song there.
Nice.
That's because you like to sing.
That's right.
Singing's in your soul.
So we've kind of talked all around what you have going on here. So obviously you did say Beach Putt. So for everybody that's watching, we are here to talk about your product, Beach Putt. And as y'all just heard, had a nice article written up. He's in the top 20 beach games.
15.
15. Sorry. Top 15 beach games of 23. So tell us a little bit about Beach Putt. Tell us where the idea came from, your kind of journey to get it started and bring it to production, and just kind of your story.
Sure. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, the simplest way to put it is Beach Putt is a way to bring the fun of the course to the beach. I'm a golf fan, not a great golfer, but I golf for fun, right? And have a couple drinks, right? And then I love going to the beach. So it was a great kind of marriage of the two things. And it's been about over 3 years in the making. And really, this sounds silly, but it was kind of a weird way that the idea formulated. Honestly, we were out in the beach down at Isle of Palms one day, and my wife has one of those bog bags. I don't know if you see those women.
Yeah.
All around here. And it tipped on the side, and then just some random, I think my daughter must have put it in there, but some golf ball just kind of whizzed out of it and, down the beach because it was real hard packed sand, right? I'm like, man, that's a fast green right there. I'm like, that just shot down to the ocean. Then I got to thinking, well, you could basically kind of create your own putting course, putting green. That'd be kind of cool. You have the mini golf you see out, driving, but it'd be awesome to actually play on the beach and just putt more on the beach. So kind of the idea started to formulate, and did a little trial and error. Did some prototyping, and then 3 years later, here we are with kind of where Beach Putt is today. So
when you say prototyping, do you have a background in engineering or design? Because me, I would just think dig a hole and put a red Solo cup, and I just design something.
Right.
That's kind. Yeah, I should have done that. But bear with me for 1 second.
Oh yeah, please.
Yeah. So this is actually kind of cool. And shout out to my friend in part of the business now. His name is Patrick Whalen, but he lives up in Jersey. And he has a whole, his basement is a whole shop, metal shop, right? So I had him design me this this cup looks like a top hat, and this thing weighs like 10 pounds. And I'm like, just make a cup, because my idea was to have like a little lip on it so it would sit there and the sand wouldn't go in the cup. Like, just make it just to see if it works. So he made me this thing. Then we brought it down to the next beach trip, and I just tested out the thought, right? Will this work? How easy is this to dig in? And the idea kind of worked, right? So from there, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get this thing. I'm going to make a 3D printed version. And the idea was this is what came out of the 3D printed version. So this thing, it's pretty big. This is like, I don't know, like 6 inches across, right? So almost double the size of a regular putting cup. But I was going to do injection molding, and then they said, well, it'll be like 25 to 28 grand up front just for the mold to make this thing. And then the goal was to have the flag, go through here into the sand.
Yeah.
And I was like, forget that. That's too much money.
Yeah.
So, after kind of some additional thoughts and ideas, we settled with just having your standard, putting cup here. So this is, your basic cup. And then we got these Beach Putt rings that go right over, silicone rings.
Yeah.
You dig your hole, pop this in, and then pop the ring right on top.
Super smart.
Good to go.
Yeah, I like the fact that it's the regular size cup.
Yeah.
So I don't get to cheat.
Yeah. Every once in a while, I'm like, I wish I was bigger because I'd make more.
Story of my life.
Yeah, exactly. Bigger holes. It's good for people that are serious about golf. They love the size and its regulation. So,
yeah. So do you have with you where you can show us like the packaging as far as like when you're taking it to the beach, what you actually carry with you?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And that was another thing. I got a marketing degree. And so like I'm real big on appearance, looks, like making everything goes together, and functionality as well. So it all comes in this waterproof dry bag. If you could see that.
Awesome. Yeah.
I have one of those to keep my wallet and stuff in.
Yeah.
So that's not a fanny pack, Brandon.
Well, I do carry a fanny pack, but I actually have that right there. It's great for the lake and it's great for the beach.
You got one of those crossbody bags?
No, straight up fanny, man. I'm not even trying to church it up.
I like that. I can respect the fanny pack. But yeah, this is just a like a waterproof dry bag.
Yeah.
Got a little zipper here, and it turns into a backpack, right? So you can wear this back,
awesome.
Throw it in a beach wagon, whatever. And then the cups, all the balls, the rings, and then we include a little shovel here for you. So you just mark your hole, dig it right out.
Yep.
Pop it in. And then last but not least, the really cool thing is we got these cool adjustable putters.
Yeah.
So, these are pretty high quality putters. They can adjust all the way up, for adult to kid sizes. So anyone can play. And these just fit right in the bag too.
So it's truly a family friendly game. So you can have like my kids, 6-year-old twins.
Yeah.
They could each adjust it to their size.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, I got a 7 and 5-year-old, so they love to play, and yeah, it's perfect for them, perfect for us, and yeah, the best all around.
So do you have different, and right before we started, I told you we don't really research. So when I ask questions, it's truly because I don't know. Do you have different package options? Like, is there a price point wise, or are there different levels, like without a putter, with the putter? How does that work?
Yeah, so that's a great question. And we found that people like both ways, right? So we actually sell it. So the website is playbeachputt.com. You can buy the set with the putters or without. Okay. Some people like to get serious and, bring their nice putters down to the beach. Me personally, I'm not going to ruin a $300 putter or leave it, sit in the sand and get, rusty by any means. So I love to just bring the two putters with me. But yeah, you can buy it with or without. Without the putters, $99.99. With the putters is $139.99.
Okay.
And how many putters come with the set?
2.
So if I needed to buy additional putters, is there like a add to your cart option of the other accessories?
There sure is. Yeah, you can buy putters by themselves, right on.
You thought of everything.
Yeah, I tried. I tried.
So marketing is big key to everything. Even your packaging. I love how it says Beach Putt in the back. You got the beach flyer thing. The neon sign is awesome.
Yeah.
So of all the names in the world, though, was Beach Putt easy to pick, or was it something you had to struggle with?
It was pretty easy. I'm a big fan of the keep it simple, stupid,
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
right? The kiss. And really, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, right? And if someone doesn't know what it is, you can kind of get an idea of, hey, it's beach putt. It must be putting at the beach, and versus some nebulous golf game, whatever title, right? Um, but yeah, it was super easy, and I was actually surprised that the domain playbeachputt.com was not taken. So it
Yeah.
was a nice pickup there on GoDaddy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I did. So I did go to the website because I was going to order one so that we would have one with us tonight, but they were on back order. Probably 2 weeks ago, I guess it was on back order. So obviously they're selling well.
Yeah.
So what's the back order situation? If people, see this podcast and go to the website, what can they expect as far as wait times and all?
Yeah. Good question. We'll have to get you one for sure. But yeah, so we're, with success comes kind of selling out quickly. So
Right.
some great buzz, and we just, had a small order, and then we reordered again, and that kind of sold out. So right now we're looking at probably mid-month to late end of this month is when we should be able to get everything back in and start shipping orders. We got a bunch on back order, but you can still order on the site. By the end of this month, everything should be shipped out just in time for spring break.
Cool deal.
Yeah.
So now you said you have a marketing degree. So were you doing like a real time job, and then you've like scrapped that, and now you're just full in beach putt? The reason I ask is we had the fortunate opportunity of interviewing the #1 bourbon in the world for 2 years in a row, Iron Republic out of Texas, and us two, stuck fix, didn't even real. Did I just?
You did it.
Did I cross those up?
Yeah, you did it back.
Sweet.
You're like that.
Didn't even realize that we were doing that. And this guy was an attorney, but he's always had this passion for like wanting to make whiskey and whatnot, blah, blah, blah. And then now he's the #1 rated whiskey in the world, or in the world, bourbon.
Bourbon in the world.
So is that kind of like your story?
Yeah. One day I would love for this to be, the full-time thing, right? And just, take beach putt to the next level. But I do have a day job, which is, it's hard in itself. So I work in cybersecurity. The sales part, though. I'm not smart enough to actually do the work, sell it. But yeah, still got to kind of keep up with everything. But yeah, I'm doing that full time, and this just kind of nights, weekends, whenever I can, and get a lot of help from the wife and my other kind of partner.
Your kids are what, 6 and 7, so they can start doing packaging.
Yeah, I've trained them a little bit on this goes there. Yeah, so they're getting it. They're getting it.
One thing I did want to ask was about the putter. So the putter face, you recommend putting with a real ball, like a real golf ball?
Yeah, they're all. It actually comes with six real golf balls. So 3 of these neon yellow ones, and then 3 just normal white ones. So you put back and forth. And that's another thing. So if you look on the website, there's actually a game we've created. So it's basically you take 12 paces. And you can go to the website later. Anyone can go check it out. But 12 paces, you create a little green area on both sides, almost like cornhole, and you're putting back and forth. So it's a point on the green, 3 points if it's touching the outer ring, and then 5 points if it goes in the hole. First 1 to 21 wins. So we play that way, and then we play bocce style, create your own game course, whatever. So sky's kind of the limit there.
And that that'd be cool too to have as people are buying them, have customers send in, their games that they play with it, and kind of build a whole network of people, helping design the games as well. That'd be cool.
Yeah. I love to get that. I love this when people send in their pictures playing. We've got beaches all over. I mean, what's been cool is we've had sales in South Africa, New Zealand, Australia, one in Germany. So obviously it's mostly, US based today, but it's still cool to see people all over the world, placing orders.
Have you had the opportunity to be sitting on the beach yet, and you just happen to look over and see someone using Beach Putt?
That was the coolest thing ever. Yeah. We go to Isle of Palms all the time. That's like the go-to spot. And that was the best, just walking down the beach. And how do you like that game? I love it. Yeah, I know about it. to me that makes it all worth it, right? Because
Yeah.
someone likes something you created.
Well, so one of our favorite things, man, and obviously I'm glad, Brandon, that you guys connected. We love, family-owned businesses, entrepreneurs, people that are come up with an idea, see it through, make it happen. So, congratulations to you. We're super excited for you. I'm so glad I got to meet you. We love these type stories, and especially when it's a really cool product and something that we want to use too. I mean, I think it's awesome. So congrats to you, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I love the convenience of it, the packaging, the carrying it down. We have a house at Oak Island on the North Carolina coast, and after so many years, it used to be, let's drag the cornhole boards, the stand-up paddle boards, to this, to that. And now it's like, I'm going to take my chair and my cooler and my beach putt because it can fit on my back. We're so like minimalistic now. So I love how small and convenient this is. So it's super cool.
Thank you. I think the coolest thing too there about, I'm not going to name the name, but there is another golf chipping game.
Yeah.
That's, that is fun. And people like to play. It's very popular. But again, you're carrying some stuff. And then, like my wife, for example, not a golfer. There's no way she's going to chip and make it. So it's not going to be fun for her, right?
Right.
She doesn't get golf. She's not good at chipping. So she really wouldn't play that. But this, anyone can go to a putt-putt course and play. Your 6-year-old, your 5-year-old, a wife that doesn't play. Like people like that love to play this just because, it's just putting, right?
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yes. So for me, when I go to the beach, my wife could sit there all day and just bake up like a pork rind and never move. That just drives me insane. Now I can stand there and I can throw football or frisbee or baseball or do whatever. So to me, and with our kids, beach putt sounds like a great option because my little girl, my little boy, we're going to have fun putting back and forth and playing games. And even my wife, when she, rolls over like the rotisserie chicken, she may want to get up and come over there and try to putt some too. So I can see to where for someone like myself, this is going to be an awesome game to play for me and the kids and the wife.
Yep.
Love you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, after all that bacon like a rotisserie, all
that's the sexiest rotisserie chicken you ever seen.
Right. And another cool thing I didn't mention, and we don't live at the beach, right? And not every day is a beach day. I wish it was. But kind of what the thought process in designing it was, you take the little ring off, right? And you can put this in the grass. And I failed to mention one of the other coolest part. So it comes with these flags, right? So these are 3 pieces that come apart. You can put this in your backyard in the grass and then just, pop this in here. And now you got a cool chipping game back and forth in the backyard on days that aren't beaches. Or I've seen people bring these to the office. Yeah. And then bring your, adjustable putter to the office, and now you're playing in the office, whatever, too. So it's pretty cool.
Let me ask you this. I'm assuming like you said, your big goal is for this to be your full-time job, and to grow it to the masses, right? So when you have a product like this, is that something like that you would consider reaching out to like a Shark Tank for, or something like that to get it out there to partner with? A show like that or someone like that, and to get it out there.
Yeah, absolutely. And funny you say that. Not so long ago, I did the application, so we'll see. Fingers crossed.
Hey,
we'll message Mark Cuban and see what.
Yeah, please do. Give him a call.
So
after this,
I don't know if you can say this. Don't worry, nobody's gonna watch this anymore. So, but if you had to pick a shark, who would you pick? Who would know? Who would you think would be the best fit for beach putt?
That's a fantastic question, actually.
That way he doesn't have to say which one he wants.
True.
Yeah, I think, and I can't remember all the little. I know some are better at tech, some are better at more retail. I know. I'd say the ones that have the relationships with more of the big box buyers.
Yep.
Because that's kind of where I see this. Dick's, REI, Outdoor World. Online retailers as well. And that's really kind of where it's at is, how do I scale it to be able to, get it into every major retailer, right?
Let me ask you this question. because I was thinking about like Kevin O'Leary, for instance,
Yeah.
with the Sharks. I was thinking what he'd be trying to like license it and do all this stuff, and then it would turn into we could have companies put their logos on the flags, like we could do all this stuff. But is that a direction you've thought about going to? Is being able to customize like the flag for business?
That's another one. So I'm thinking just like college football, right, or colleges.
Right.
I mean, you can buy your Clemson flag, you can buy your Carolina flag, Georgia, whatever. I would love to be able to do that. And I think that'd be huge. So
I was already thinking about all that with the flag in the back, and when he picked up the golf balls, we should have several Red Bull and vodkas sometime and kick the can on some stuff.
Yeah, we got lots of ideas. We don't know how to do anything, but we can throw out a lot of ideas.
Pretty good at that. As all three entrepreneurs ourselves and own businesses and stuff. So, and this sitting around having drinks isn't our full-time job either.
Not yet.
Not yet.
That'd be awesome. Absolutely. Yeah, I've met a couple. I mean, I wouldn't call them friends, more of acquaintances via like LinkedIn, right? People that have been on Shark Tank. I had another, shout out to there's a company called Create a Castle. Mm-hmm. Super nice guy, but they made a way to break the mold, if you will, of traditional kind of flipping over a castle mold in the sand, and it's more of like a clamp.
Okay.
I've met folks like that have been successful and kind of gotten their story about being on it. So yeah, I definitely something would be kind of cool, and at least for the experience, right?
Yeah.
Something fun for kids. This guy who does the castle with the clamp, if there was like a moat or something in the middle, you could beach putt through it into the hole.
Make your own putt course.
It's a putt course at the beach.
We have been talking about that, so yeah.
Always a day late and $1.
Well, is there anything that you would like for people to know just about your product or your story, or anything that that we've not asked you or anything?
Yeah, I guess the big thing is just the versatility of it. We get a lot of people that say, "Well, I wish I lived at the beach. Or I wish I went to the beach more." And then I tell them, "Hey, well, you can use it in the backyard. You can use it in the office, whatever." So just that piece, I think, is a big one to hit on. But no, it's just been an awesome journey so far. Just meeting people like you guys and doing this sort of stuff. I love to do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think.
So in the spirit of the show, before we wrap this thing up, so when you're on the beach, okay, what are you sipping on? What are you listening to? And at the end of the night, what you watching?
That's a good question. So I'm an equal opportunity drinker. It doesn't really matter. I'll drink whatever. I get if it's in the summertime at the beach. Like last summer, we were pretty big on the high noons. Those are easy to go down. Mm-hmm. Drink a bunch of them. They taste relatively good. Or just a nice cold like Corona or something. What was it? Listening to?
Yep.
So I'll put on Pandora. I'll just do either Slightly Stupid station.
Love Slightly Stupid.
Yeah, I'll do Slightly Stupid or like Dirty Heads.
Yeah.
And that'll give a nice mix of that sort of stuff. Sublime. I like that. I like that. I like hip hop. A little bit of everything. So I think that kind of gives a nice melting pot of beach type fun songs, right? Beach vibe songs. And then what am I watching?
Yeah. Once you get back and everybody's gone to bed and you're having that last drink, what are you putting on the watch?
Or if you and your wife are just next flicking, not chilling, but you get to pick what you get to watch. You hold the remote.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'd say at the beach, I'm sitting out on the patio watching the ocean.
Yeah.
Watching there. I can watch TV at home. If I'm sitting watching, I'm watching Office reruns.
I've never seen one episode of The Office.
Man, you should start.
I've only seen the first episode.
Well, we should start watching, I guess.
No, we should. Oh no! And then is that The Office? To where they're doing the CPR to staying alive?
Yeah.
And they're sitting there with the meat face, like Clary. Yes. I'm an ER nurse, so I find the funny.
Cuts the face off of the test dummy. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So real quick, you mentioned Slightly Stupid. I've never told this story on the podcast, I don't think. So when they were touring and opening up for G Love, there was a couple year period there. I was hanging out with G Love a good bit around that time. So when they were on stage or he was on stage, I would be, near the stage or around it or whatever. Well, towards the end of the show, I made my way back towards the buses and whatnot. Well, fans back there all of a sudden thought that I was the bass player for Slightly Stupid. So I just went with it. And I was signing autographs. I was talking to people. They was giving me drinks. So it worked out really well for me. But I love Slightly Stupid, the band. But that was a pretty funny story that night.
That's awesome. You got to take it where you can get it, right?
That's right. Well, man, we really appreciate you coming on. We won't keep you any longer, but I'm super pumped. When they get back in stock, I will definitely be a customer, and I will add it to my must-have for the beach. And we'll be doing a show on that towards springtime. I've got a pretty big list of must-have beach items, so this will go on.
Yeah. You haven't heard The Last of Us yet, so.
Hey, let's do it again, man. That is fantastic. Yeah, thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate it.
So one last time before we go, can you tell everyone how to get to order Beach Putt? What's your Instagram, what's your Facebook and website and all that good stuff?
Yeah, easiest way to order is to just go to playbeachputt.com. And then you can follow us just at Beach Putt on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. So super easy.
Cool deal. We will and we'll tag you on everything, obviously, and people that are watching this, just follow those tags. Go follow Beach Putt. Again, Charlotte guy. So we're right here in Statesville, so we're all local boys. So always supporting local. So
always.
Everybody like, comment, share. If you have a beach putt, tell us your favorite thing to do with your beach putt.
Yes.
If you have a game that you'd like to submit, please do that as well. So as always, tell your mama, tell your friends, and thank you for coming and joining us.
Sounds good.
See ya.
See you guys.
Thank you.